Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all again in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School Taif, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As you know that this is Pakistan International School Taif virtual class for class second year students, subject computer science, and today is our lecture number 6. Teacher name Imran Ahmed. Dear students, we were discussing the topic, the question, describe different functions performed by operating system, on which we have first process management, memory management, file management, input output management means IO management. Today our topic will be same, that is functions of operating system. So next, today our lecture start from the network management. Network management is a process of managing and monitoring the resources of network. First of all, in order to understand this question, we must know about the network. What is a network? In class first year, you have studied much more about this topic. So overall short definition of network is when two or more than two devices are connected to each other in order to share their resources is called network. Or we can say that when two or more than two computers or systems are connected to each other. Why they are connected to each other? In order to share their resources. Resources mean input resource, output resource. Let's say output resource printer is the best example in a network to share, which is mostly shared in a network. So this one was the network. Now network management. Operating system manage the whole networks in all the computers. Network management is the process of managing and monitoring the resources of the network. It is a part of a network operating system. Part of a watch over there in the screen. I show you over here. If you see, there is a network. Why it is come from? Because when I install the Windows, this thing, this symbol shows that my computer is have the network resources. When I use the internet, so it is active. So I can connect any computer with this computer. So this one is the network operating system automatically install all the files, all the resources, all the things about the network installed. Comes to the point and comes to the topic. It is a part of network operating system. It allows the user to create groups and assign privileges to them. Groups and privileges. Over here, the privilege means a network administrator is the person who is responsible for the network. Let's say network administrator working in a firm and he is managing 20 computers. So it's his responsibility to give different privileges to different user. Let's say one user is using in account section, one user is using in examination section, even afterwards. So all of the user, so it is the responsibility of the network administrator who assign the privileges to all the user. Let's say he give the privilege to account section only to enter the data. So only account section will enter the data. Rest of the let's say examination section will not have the privileges to enter the data. So this one is called the privileges. Privileges like read operation, write operation. So these are is known as the privileges. So anyone can delete. So it is the privileges. If the network administrator give the rights to any user that he can see the data, view the data, he can save the data, he can update the data, and he can delete the data. So it is the principal, obviously, who can control all the data. So he can gives all the privileges to the principal. It shares the network resources to different user. Network resources to different user. Let's say network resource is a printer. So different user can access this one. It also detects and solves network problems. Sometimes a computer in a network is not working. So it is the responsibility of network administrator, and he will detect, and operating system will inform the network administrator that this computer is not working. Then the network administrator will go over there and fix the problem. So this one is the network management. Overall, operating system responsibility to manage or to control the network in a better way. Next is protection system. Protection system is a part of operating system that protects different resources of a computer against unauthorized user and processes. Unauthorized user. Let's say this is my system, this is my computer. A person come over here and without asking me that can I use your computer, without asking me, he sit at the front of my laptop and using it. So this one is known as unauthorized. So how can I protect my system? Obviously, I will apply some kind of passwords. Watch over there. The mobiles nowadays, the best example. How you can protect your mobile. So you can apply the fingerprints over there. So different way of protection systems are there. So operating system. So operating system provide such kind of facility to the different user. Okay, against unauthorized user and process. It ensures that only authorized user can access the system. Now, I am the authorized user. I can only use the system because no one can use it because I apply the password over there, password on my laptop. So no one can use my computer or my laptop. The operating system uses different methods for the protection of the computer system and its program. What are the methods? It also protects a process from the activities of other processes. It means that no other processes, let's say if someone will run his script on your computer, so operating system inform you that someone user try to enter your data or try to steal your data, like malware or viruses like this one. If multiple processes are executing simultaneously, the user are assigned specific username and password to prevent the misuse of a system. What? Username and password at the starting when we turn on our computer or when we turn on our system. What happened? So in our computer lab, there are two users are already there. I create the two user at every system, at every operating system. So one is student and other one is administrator. Student user is free of password because every student can use the computer, but the administrator there is password. Why I apply the password over there? So no one can delete the files of important files of Windows. So watch over there, Windows is an operating system. So I apply the username and password above there. It also ensures the security of the system. Security of the system. Ever you listen the name of firewall, firewall over there, over there. If you go to the customize, there is firewall over there. Like this flag is blinking. I will check. Watch over there. This there is a setting. You can set the firewall over there. So I also already installed one antivirus program. This one is called the Microsoft Security Essential. So it also protects my data and also threats like it is antivirus program. So it also ensures the security of the system. Next one. Next function of operating system is command interpreter. Command interpreter. Command interpreter like MS-DOS. In the DOS, when we were using, when we were studying the MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. So it is a command interpreter. Command interpreter is a part of operating system that provides an interface between user and the computer system. Watch over there. Over here, I write CMD and press the enter. A screen is appear on like, so this one is the command interpreter is appeared at your screen. Now I can operate anything like say directory. I want to check the directories. So I apply the command. Watch over here. How many directories are there in the home one folder? There are some kinds of directories are present. So this one is the command interpreter. We are not belongs to the DOS to study the DOS, but I was showing you that how you bring the DOS prompt or command interpreter. So this one is called the command interpreter. Command interpreter is a part of operating system that provides the interface between user and the computer system. It reads and executes the commands. What it does, I will show you again. CMD. I apply one command like dir. Still, I didn't press the enter key. When I press the enter key, what happened? We will study. It reads and execute. Now, operating system is ready to read this command. Execute. When it will be executed, when I press the enter key, I press the enter key. It reads and now this command is executed. It reads and execute the commands entered by the user through keyboard. Using the keyboard, I type a command like dir and I press the enter key. The command interpreter in window is cmd.exe. Which command I apply? Over here at the run menu, I write what? Again, watch over here. At the start menu, at the run, you will have to type cmd only. When I press the enter key, so command interpreter will be show. So these are the, who will provide this command interpreter? Actually, this one is the Windows operating system, and this is the functions of Windows operating system which provide me a command interpreter. And this one is the interface also between user and the computer. With the help of command line, I can also operate my computer or I can also operate my system. Okay, this was the command interpreter. Over here, topic is complete, which was just the feedback functions of operating system. Describe the different functions performed by the operating system. First one was process management. Second, memory management. Third, file management. Fourth, input output management or IO management. Next one was secondary storage management. Next one, network management. And the last one was protection. Sorry, last one, seventh was protection system. And last one was command interpreter. This question is complete. Which one? Functions of operating system. Very, very important question in terms of long question. Most of the times you can see that in the previous paper, this question is present in the board papers. Next one, top. What is a process? Describe the 5 states of process with diagram. First of all, what is a process? We will try to understand what is a process. A process is a program in execution. Any program which is under execution is known as process. Under execution means CPU. Many, watch over there. In our computer, many programs are present. But when I open any program, it means that CPU is assigned to that program. So currently, many programs are there in our computer system, but CPU is assigned to only one program. And this one is known as the process. A process is a program in execution. So when, which part of the computer is process responsibility? So CPU is the responsible to process or execute any program. For example, a program can be written in a programming language. In the next chapters, in the chapter number 3, we will study this language, C++. But in the 10th, you also have already have to study this topic as C. A process is a program can be written in a programming language such as C or C++. The program becomes a process. Now, when you type code, whenever you will use the IDE and do some kind of typing. So we will not call this is typing, we will call a coding. This program becomes a process when the computer execute this program. When you, in the 10th class, I will give you the example because already you have studied the C language in the 10th class. Whenever you type the code like 2 plus 2 or you write your name. After writing that, what you have done to execute that program, what you have to do, control F9. When you press the control F9, CPU is assigned to that program, compiler execute that program and show the result. So at that time, when the program is called under execution is known as process. The computer executes this program. The process is executed in main memory. Where in main memory means part of the RAM. Process is executed in RAM. A process is controlled and scheduled by the operating system. Who will control and schedule? Operating system. It is the basic unit of resource allocation in an operating system. It uses various resources of the computer such as CPU time, files, input output devices, and memory, etc. So nearly all the devices, input output devices are used at that time. It performs the action specified in the program. Let's say I have write a C program using the IDE. I will show the IDE. What is IDE? Whenever we will start the 3rd chapter, we will discuss over there. Let's say you are writing a program, C++ program or C program. What happened? So various states of a process. Number 1, process state describe the nature of current activity in a process. The state of a process change as it execute. Various states of a process as follows. New state. New is the first state of a process when it is created. Means a program is already stored. It is not a new state. But whenever you open anything and write something, so it is the new state for the processor. So it is called the new state. New state is the first state of the process when it is created. Ready state. Ready state is the state when a process is ready for the execution. Let's say you have opened, I give you the example in the previous overall watch at the taskbar, there are different programs are there. Currently under execution is this one, Adobe Reader, but the rest of the files are waiting for. So ready state means ready is the state when a process is ready for the execution. Let's say these are programs are the waiting for the execution, but currently Adobe Reader is executing. So ready state, these programs will be called, they are in ready states. Ready is the state when the process is ready for the execution, but it is waiting for the allocation of CPU time by the operating system. So operating system is not free yet. Whenever operating system will be free, or user can also give open from here. So this one is called the red. Now running state. Obviously running state, this program is on running state. Which one? Adobe Reader is in running state, while the Word file and Zoom is also in running state, and this folder is also ready state. So this one is called the running state. Running state is the state when a process is being executed by the processor. Currently, which program is being executed? Two programs are currently being executed. Time slice for each program is very, very low. So we can say that both are running simultaneously, but actually not. Currently, Zoom is running. Currently, also Adobe Reader is running. So this one also we can say that they are in running state. The operating system assigns CPU to a process for execution. So already which program is in running, there is running state. Next one, blocked or waiting state. Blocked or waiting is the state when a process is waiting for some event occur before it can be continue execution. For example, it may be waiting for a completion of an input output operation. Let's say you apply a sum command in your computer and that program is executing again and again and again. Means a loop is followed. So the rest of the process is known as, so CPU after some time it will be blocked. So this one is called the blocked, or they are in waiting state. Next is terminated. Terminated is a state when a process completes its execution and no other exists in the memory. So this one is known as the terminated state. It means that I gave you the example in the previous that a process have to complete its execution in 6 minutes. What happened in 6 minutes? What happened? And the CPU time slice is let I again repeat, the let is 2 seconds. What happened? So first turn it will execute 2 seconds, then comes back in the ready state. Then it will go for the execution. Now 2 seconds again it will be utilize the CPU. Now 2 seconds is left. Again it will be executed. Now 6 seconds when it will be utilized, then it will be in the terminate state. After that after the complete execution, it will goes to the terminate state. Terminate is a state when a process completes its execution and no exist in the memory. Why the diagram? A new state. When a new state is admitted, it becomes the ready state. It means that CPU is not still assigned. Then what happened? Watch over here. It is CPU access that. It will be running state. Now, after some time, it is execution. If its time slice is 6 seconds and a program is need to be 6 seconds, but CPU time slice is 2 seconds. So after execution 2 seconds, it will come over here again in the ready state. So this loop will be continued until the process will be finished completely. When the process will be finished completely, then it will goes from that state, terminated state. But some programs which need to be executed more time, they are infinite loop, like infinite loop, they are executed. CPU is assigned blocked, then it goes to the unblocking. After unblocking, then ready, then this process is going on and on. So this is the topic about the process management. What is a process? Describe the 5 states of process. Over here we discuss the first of all, we define the definition of a process. A program under execution is known as process. Various states of process are new state, ready state, running state, blocked or waiting state, and terminated state. This diagram is very, very important for 5 states. In the paper, you also have to draw this diagram as well. If the question is present in the paper, so you must have to draw this diagram as well. Okay, I think today's lecture is enough. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will study the next topic. Till take care. Pray for me. Pray for all Muslims. Take care. Allah Hafiz.